tomatoes from my garden that I froze. And then I unthawed them because they are easier to peel. Like that. So, and these are little Romas. They never got any bigger than that. They're not cherry tomatoes, they're Romas. But the channel Her Healthy Home did a strawberry basil. She canned strawberry basil, like a vinaigrette. And then you can it without the oil, of course. And when you go to use it, you just need to add your oil. So my mister loves strawberry and thyme vinaigrette. And he puts some other things in it, but he won't let me tell you. But I'm just going to get the strawberry and thyme infused with the vinegar. I'm not going to give you the recipe or how she did it. I will link that in an iCard and put the link down in the description so you can see how she did it, because I'm just following what she said. But I'm going to get that started. So here are all the tomatoes. And they're mixed in with 1 cup of vinegar. And I'm just kind of lightly crushing them. And now I am going to get them into this jar, which I was using to measure tomatoes earlier. So this is about 5 cups of tomatoes and 1 cup of vinegar, distilled white vinegar, store-bought. I am going to add about 4 more cups of vinegar to this. And then I have the thyme. Now I'm going to leave this little bit of tomato juice in here because I'm going to add the thyme in here and kind of muddle it down together. I'm going to do that off camera because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm going to cover this and let this sit. Her Healthy Home said she let her sit for, I think, 3 days. Ball says 2 weeks, I think. But what I'll do, since this is really for my mister, is I will have him taste it and see if it's where he's at. So I have about 5 cups of crushed tomatoes, 5 cups of vinegar, and about 1 cup of fresh thyme. Can you guess what I'm about to do next? I have here 4 cups of fresh raspberries in 1 cup of white wine vinegar. So I am about to do the exact same thing with raspberries to make a raspberry vinaigrette. So I'm lightly crushing these. I only have 2 cups of white wine vinegar, so I am going to use the last 2 cups of just regular white vinegar. So in here, I already have 1 cup of the white wine. I'm going to ladle in the 4 cups of raspberries and the 1 last cup of the white wine vinegar. So it's been 2 weeks. And this is how much of the tomato-thyme vinaigrette has been strained out. I let that sit for 2 weeks. And then this morning I took my strainer, put some cheesecloth over the top, and just let that all, drain naturally. So right now I have it on the stove in a pot and I'm about to heat it up. And here is the raspberry vinaigrette, or the raspberry vinegar. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna put some tops over this so my house isn't smelling like vinegar. I'm gonna let these heat up. While I'm doing that, I already have my water bath canner ready to go with hot water. So I'm going to put my 4-ounce jars in there so they can heat up as well. So everything's been heated up and I have 12 of the 4-ounce jars here. I'm not sure how many I'm gonna need, but I'm going to start with the raspberry. While I was bringing it all to a boil, the raspberry did like develop a film on it. So I did go ahead and skim that and get it all off. I'm going to put it in here. It's going to be a little bit easier to pour. I'm going to fill these to 1/4 headspace. And now to get started with the tomato-thyme vinaigrette. With the raspberry one, I really mostly smelled the vinegar. It had a slight scent of raspberry, but the vinegar definitely outweighed it. With this tomato-thyme, all I smell is that thyme. It smells so good. So 10 of the 4-ounce jars with the tomato-thyme vinaigrette. I'm doing the same. I am wiping them. You don't have to because this is pure vinegar, infused vinegar, but I am going to just because that's what I'm used to doing. So I've placed the rack for my pressure canner on top, and I am getting the last 6 in there. And I'm still able to leave 1 inch of water over the tops of the jars. This is working out great. And I'm going to turn this to canning. Put the top on it. Once it starts boiling, I got a little bit of vinegar left over, so I'm going to throw that in here too. Once it starts boiling, I am going to set the timer for 10 minutes, and then I'll be back. So I ended up with 8 of the 4-ounce jars of the raspberry vinaigrette and 10 of the 4-ounce jars of the tomato basil vinaigrette.
Thank you for watching TT's Urban Pantry. If you enjoyed this content or was able to learn anything from it, please hit like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when new videos are uploaded. And as always, have a wonderful and blessed day.